Good morning. We are at a duplex that just hit the market in Auburn, and it's a little overpriced. So I wanted to see it because I couldn't believe it when I saw the list price. I thought it was maybe a fourplex or at least a triplex. Anyway, kudos to the staging in here. Great job. Love the furniture that they used. It's very nice. This is a 3-bed, 2-bath unit. And I don't see a lot of chinsing on the rehab work, which is nice. The floor's level, which we usually see problems with. They didn't just reuse the existing old cabinets, by painting them with adding new hardware. They used a cheaper countertop, but that's okay. It's a rental, right? And there is no hardware on these units. So that's something I would probably add. Looks like they're not quite done. I can't imagine they're going to leave it without a range oven. And when you come back this way, all 3 bedrooms are down here. You have a full laundry room, which is nice, pretty big with some storage. 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. It's actually not 2 baths. It's 1 full bath here. And then the primary bedroom has a 3/4 bath. And it looks like there's still a little bit of work in progress. The window sill is not completely finished off yet, but it's nice. You get your own bath. We'll do a tour of the other unit, which is not staged next door. They're both vacant, FYI, so it makes a great house hacking opportunity. And then we'll do an exterior tour, and then I'll run some numbers. Now we're in the other unit, and this has kind of really surprised me. Usually we see these duplexes this age, Rambler style, it's just mirror images on either side. This is very, very unique. This floor plan is very different from the other one. They're both 3 beds, and they're both 1 3/4 baths. But this has this huge fireplace, wood stove, fireplace thing, and then, dated cabinets. This one actually has a range still in it. New appliances. Same type of flooring, it's not too bad. Down there's 2 bedrooms, full bath. But then you come down here, look at this old 80s fridge that's in here. It's just so gross after all this nice update on the flooring and stuff. Only a stacked washer dryer, not full like the other unit next door. No slider to the backyard. This one has just an exterior door. But then you have this older 3/4 bath and the 3rd bedroom in the back. So very, very different. I can't open that door. They have it barricaded, probably to prevent sketchy people, because this neighborhood of Auburn has some okay areas and some not so okay areas. But the neighborhood is very multifamily. It's very dense apartments, and you have some commercial. You're right off Auburn Ave over there. Okay, I can't show you all the way in the back on this one because the gate is locked from the other side. But I just wanted to show you for frame of reference. I mean, the siding's good. This has a lot going for it actually, because the units are big. We need 3-bedroom units of inventory in the rental market. There's so many 1 beds and 2 beds always being built or rehabbed and stuff. So families could really appreciate this. This actually has, wheelchair ramp, which is ideal too, to attract even more, maybe seniors, a lot of seniors that live in this area. And the roof looked good, but there is no chance on this planet or the next that they are going to get $915 for this. I'm sorry, that's the reality. You can get a 4-plex for about $1 million, not 5 minutes from here. That's why when I saw this hit the market, I thought, is that a triplex or 4-plex? And then when I saw it was a duplex, I'm like, Rebecca, we have to go look at this because there's no way. I have to know why they're trying to get $915, and I still don't know why, but we'll see. I will run the numbers and I'll prove it to you. Okay, this is the duplex that Rebecca and I toured this morning, and I had to see it. I just couldn't believe when I saw this $915 price. Again, as I mentioned in the video, I thought when I saw this, it was probably a 4-plex, and I was missing our 2 duplexes. You can almost get a 4-plex in the Auburn area for about $1 million. So this one I had to see and wonder, and then there's some also red flags here where they say the rents are potentially $3,000. No way. And I'll show you why in a second too. But then it says, so 6,000 total monthly income. So 6 times 12 would be 72,000, correct? Well, it still says 60,000. I don't know why it says 60. It should say 72,000. And then it has net income NOI of 60,000, which matches your gross schedule. Well, that's not correct. And then it has gross adjusted income 51. Not quite sure. I guess they're taking maybe their expenses here. They think of 8,500 total, which is under deducted from the 60 number that they have, and get you 51. Anyway, just off the top, 915 with 25% down at today's rates, you'd basically be almost, if I was very, very generous and believed everything they said on their insurance and their water sewer garbage, which is about half of what I think it would normally be,
this is their best case scenario. Is you probably would cash flow about $173 a month. That's for self-managed um, and not a lot of surprises and things. I think that the average rent in the area is much a little bit lower. They had 3,000. I think this has 2,800. That again is being very generous. These are 1,100 square foot units. And looking at rentometer, I ran everything: houses, condos, apartments, townhouses. 1,100 square feet. If we want to be generous, probably be in that 23 to 28. So I still ran it at 28 for one side because it's totally updated, and 23 for the other side because it's a little more dated and needs some work. But still, it just, then you're probably maybe barely breaking even in the reality of the situation. And here's the other thing. Like I said, I couldn't believe the price. And I'm not trying to dog on anybody here, but I went back a year and I can show you here. There hasn't been a duplex in Auburn in the last year that sold for more than 758. So even you would have to get an all cash offer to make this deal work at 915 because an appraiser is going to look at the recent comps and go, where did you get 915? Now, most of these are two bed units, but I know the inventory. I know these ones here at 755, 750 are three bed units built in the 80s, also, a little bit newer as well. So I don't understand. I don't know where they came up with the pricing. This is, again, I think the agent is from two counties north of here and probably a residential realtor, not a multifamily real estate broker like myself. And I just know the inventory, so I had to see it, and it just doesn't work. And I'm trying to be very generous. This gets it to break even, and I can tell you the reality is probably going to be much worse than that, even if you paid all cash 915 asking price, which nobody in their right mind is going to do for this property. But I wanted to show you that property. Want you to see what the inventory is like and how we track things and what we're looking at. I mean, honestly, in my opinion, I think this property should probably be about 675. That's how far off we are. 675. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. I like to just run some numbers. I like to go tour properties. I had to see this one from my own with my own eyes to see where I could possibly be missing something. And there you have it. So thanks for watching.